Good evening, everybody. Apologies for the slightly late start. The only reason for it was the fact that I was under load shedding circumstances, and was not able to get it up as quickly as possible. Yet we are here. We are round number 1 of the British Sprint Series. We've got quite a few drivers that are out. 14 drivers have joined us this evening. We are expecting a few to come through in the next couple of weeks or so. What we're currently looking at is the start of the qualifying, so we haven't missed too much as yet. We started at half past 8, and this is currently the qualifying. Just doing the last little tests here, just in terms of making sure that all the sounds and everything are coming through. That's what I was looking for. So the format for this evening, as we see Paul Fenter in his Eleanor Banana Express. Express it too slow. Great livery there for Paul Fenter. We are currently awaiting just to see what's happening. Quite a few drivers still in the pits. It is a 1-lap flyer. And very interestingly enough is that you kind of want to just hang around as long as possible before you get yourself on the track, and the reason being is the track does get rubbered up. We are here at Brands Hatch. I can definitely say not one of my favorite tracks to drive. Just looking for the controls. There they are. So guys, if you are watching, let us know. Wow, Stephen Smith, boyki, how are you doing? I hope you're up and running. Just some thoughts that go out to you, Stephen, while you recover from your incident. And that's Paul having gone past. Just want to see whether we can get those lap times up. Oh my gosh, fighting with this thing now. For some reason the race control is not working, so let's just see if I can't just reset it and try it again. So far, we've got Humphreys, who has put a time up. That's Tyler 1:24. Paul right behind him on a 0.2 of a second. Rion Haneke joining us quite late in the afternoon, but really awesome to have him here with us. We are looking for some lap times from the Flip from LTR, as well as Ervia from LTR. Adrian Bond and Wayne Bond, they make a return. Some amazing battles in our last series, as we see Ruin go past at a 0.17 off Tyler's time there. So Adrian looked like his livery has not loaded. Apologies for that, Adrian. Let's just check whether Wayne's has come through. So definitely not. So it will be the two gents in black, but next week we will make sure that your liveries are up and running. Then got Tyler Scott using a good old classic BMW. Lots of BMWs here and a couple of Hondas up at the top there. Robert Stoltz, he's just gone 2.7 seconds of Tyler's time there at the top. Johan VDV, he has joined us. You can see his Porsche still up on the stint. And the driver I'm really looking to see throw this car around the track is that car number 3 in the Chic Extreme 3 car. And that is Jude Neville. Very, very quick in the Porsche is this youngster. One of the two Porsches. And Etienne, he has also made his way in the Bulldog Skincare for Men car. Really nice livery there as he comes off, and he gets himself a 6th place. As I think that was Flip Van Zyl who's gone past in the Chic Quattro car. See Flip just weaving that car side to side to get some heat on those tires. But as we get on with Adrian, see where he comes out as he goes into turn number 2. So he'll be halfway through his lap shortly. Just wanted to catch Wayne where he would come out. Good to hear that you're doing well there, Stephen. Can't wait to get you back in the commentary box with us. So as Wayne approaches the line, he will cross the line now, and it puts him up into 3rd place. And then I did miss Sean. He managed to come through as well and put himself into 4th place. Flip Van Zyl now going into turn number 2. Where is Ervia on the track? Car a 888, and he too looks like he's in the Quattro car. I have mentioned before, definitely not one of my favorite tracks. Could just never find a good rhythm here whatsoever. So guys, if you are watching and you do want to find out more about us, you can visit us on our website. That is sarcoracing.co.za. We do have a PC league that is running concurrently with this one, PS4 league, and that is currently being managed by our British international, and he is running that league, and his name is Duncan. Some of you know him as Hells. So for both PC and PlayStation 4, we do have the 2 leagues running. Wayne up into 3rd place, so not sure. There I now see Flip. So 0.9 off Tyler's time there. So it is going to be very tricky up in the front. Making sure we are still getting those comments coming through, but I see that they are working. So Ervia will across the line, and where does that get him? That puts him up into 6th place. Really nice looking livery Tyler Scott, he is on a lap. Realizing, oh, he might have did not want to cross the line there. And Michael Struvik, some great battles I had with him in our previous series. See, he too in the Honda. Jude currently now out on track. So Michael running just a little bit wide. But now we know why, because he was ending that lap. So we've got 1.5 minutes left of the qualifying, and the format for this evening is 2 times 25-minute races. The guys will need to do a game managed formation lap. Once they cross that start finish line, they go into a full formation lap, and that is a manual formation lap. It is probably one of the most anxious things that you will ever do. See Jude throwing the car down into turn number 1. Now up into Drude's. See Michael just parked on the side of the road there, very wide there for Jude as he goes through the Graham Hill bend. Now he'll go down the Pilgrim's Drop towards Hawthorne Hill. Very tricky right-hander that you've got to be just a little bit patient, get that car turned in, and once it's turned in and you can feel that grip, get that power on, you can see he ran it nice and wide. Into the break at Sterling's. I say so far this lap is looking pretty tidy by the number 3 Porsche. And Jude approaches the line. Where does that get him? It puts him on top. 0.02 of a second. Just taking that top mark there from Tyler. But looking at the top 6 separated by less than 1 second. So it is definitely going to be a very interesting league, to say the least. So the first race will be set at 3 o'clock in the race afternoon, with the next race a little bit later in the evening at 8 o'clock, which then just changes up the braking points and the markers for some of the drivers. So that will once again be interesting to see. So that is the starting positions. Jude Neville in first, it's Tyler Humphreys in second, then it is Michael third, Paul Fenter fourth, Wayne in 5th, Sean is 6th, Flip 7th, Advia 8th, Adrian 9th, Ruan at 10th, Robert 11th, Tyler 12th, Etienne 13th, and Johan VDV down in 14th place. You see a computer generated formation lap till the start, then it is a manual formation lap. Oh, little spin off the line there for that very, very prink McLaren out in front. So guys, let us know, having now looked at the qualifying, who do you put your money on for this first race? There are Porsches both top and bottom, McLaren at the top, some Hondas separated by a very, very thick middle field with BMWs. So there you saw the green light, and looks like everybody did get the brief, and that's what we like to see. Absolute great view watching all those cars head up to Druid's single file. This is now the time where you're working the brakes, making sure you're getting as much heat into those tires as possible. Get those tires up to the right pressures. Make sure those brakes are ready, because as soon as you cross that start finish line, it is race, and you want to be able to make sure that you can brake with confidence into that first turn. So you can see the clock counting down, but generally by the time they get to the start finish line, it is about a 22-minute race, and then it will be a flat out sprint. We'll just jump to our yellow banana. Paul Fenter from the Eleanor family. I'm sure he's going to be one to stamping his authority here. It's always great to have the drivers from the different communities racing in each other's leagues. But this is where we now get to the business part of the race. So we see Gerald has just jumped on saying wanting Tyler to do well here, so doing good, Tyler. So it is a race, and here we go into a turn number 1 single file, and like we said before, guys, what it does is it eliminates any first corner absolute nightmares. Paul Fenter having a nice little look to the inside there, but Jude, he's definitely worked that pole position very well. Will Paul have a look to the inside at the Graham Hill, but not close enough? But can he squeeze up? There's a bit of a gap on the inside, just backing out there. But so far it is a clear. But it is the race leader who's opening up a bit of a gap, and that is Jude from the Schick LTR. The LTR Schick racing team, and Tyler's run himself a little bit wide there. That's going to put major pressure on him. And it looks like Michael was right there, but just not able to put too much of a challenge on him. But what that's done is it has concertinaed up the guys from third down to Sean there in the BMW. So Wayne Bond also right in the mix here. Car number 187. See that last lap for Wayne, a 1:29.0. Jude now really starting to pull away a lead, but it is the battle up from a second down to a sixth now. Getting pretty close. Wayne's a little bit wide as he goes through the Graham Hill bend. Paul on the inside, great move there for him. Will he have made it stick? They're going to be side by side. Paul now tucks in behind to try and get the slipstream down Pilgrim's Drop. Cameraman Tim just get himself a little bit confused with the signboard. And it looks like Jude is away. Wayne is right back there in the action. Paul to the inside. Makes that move stick. But it still looks like Michael is looking for a way back. But now Sean right there with Wayne. Tyler's opening up a bit of a gap now for second place. We can just see how congested it is here now. And it looks like Flip Van Zyl is now coming to the party with the Extreme 3 and the Quattro Chic cars. Looking extremely smart here this evening. Sean right on the curb on the inside there. Start seeing a little bit of a gap starting to open up now between Paul and Michael. But it's definitely not over. Still 19 minutes left of the first race here this evening. So another great move there. And it looks like that's Tyler and Robert that have gone past with Etienne in the Bulldog car. We actually need to just... Oh, Etienne, big move there. Bouncing that car over the curb. And that's just cost him 2 places from the guys from used to race as Gestic, but they also used to race as Ezekiel Racing. So we'll just have to find out who they're racing. And we know that Johan VDV, he did jump in at the last moment for some stuff racing. So there he is. Great to have Johan VDV racing with us again. But now we can see that car number 1, Tyler Scott, starting to open up a bit of a gap between himself and Robert Stoltz, his fellow teammate. Let's just head back up the order. So Jude out in front. You can see that car number 3 on that track map really opening up a bit of a gap. But what we are seeing is Paul Fenter really making a nuisance of himself behind that McLaren. Sean still looking for that place ahead of Wayne Bond. We did see on that little track map there those 2 grey dots just about covering each other. Lots of inside curb being taken there. Race leader 1:24.8. That really is a great lap there for him. That Porsche is definitely working wonders for Jude at this point. Just wanted to see the lap times. Apologies guys, the load shedding did not allow me to do all the troubleshooting as I would have liked to. But we can just see the gaps now between the drivers. So Jude 4 seconds ahead of Paul, who is in 3rd place, but 0.18, really looking for an opportunity to fight back now. And it looks like Paul has got through and he's pulled Michael with him. So Tyler battling really hard there with Paul. Michael coming with him. It looks like Sean has just dropped a little bit down the field there. And then 5th and 6th place is cars numbers 5 and 4 from Sean Loureiro and Flip Van Zyl, the team captain of the LTR Bashik racing team. Was that a little look to the outside there by Michael? But I'm almost wondering whether the McLaren is starting to have some trouble, because it does look like he's losing some pace there, because you can see his best lap time was a 125.1, but now 126.3, so he is falling off the pace a bit as he too much of that inside curve just unsettles the car. Michael looking for a way around the outside, but no room there. Very defensive line there for Tyler, really hugging that inside as he went through Surtees. The field is starting to open up ever so slightly. Little battle building up here between Wayne and Round1. Just looked like Rowan''s car didn't quite turn in, and Wayne was able to really attack that curb quite aggressively. Rowan' very defensive now as he heads towards the last corner. And Wayne is able to go past him and move up into 8th position. So a great move there for him. Let's jump to the top here, because it is still quite close between the opportunities for 2nd, 3rd and 4th place. So it looks like Tyler on the pace. There's a big spin there by Michael. Oh, I went the wrong way. Michael up against the wall, but he's now recovered. Oh no, there Michael is still. It looks like we've lost Michael, because I can't seem to get on his name every time I try and jump on him. So definitely something has happened there. But Tyler back on the pace of the 125s again. So that is now promoted. Sean, he's now up into 4th place. So also in the 125 range there for him. Flip Van Zyl also in now in 5th place. A little bit slower than his best, 0.4 off that pace there. But Jude really starting to take control of this race. 11 minutes left to go, and he is definitely pulling away with ease. So far the closest battle is between Ervia and Round1. Let's see, Ervia just about doing the same times as Flip and Sal. That was quite interesting to see. And Ervia in the Quattro car. That is the LTR Abashik. But it is the Quattro team driving the same car as Flip and Sal. So Round1 driving for Lunatic Racing, currently in 8th place, and I know that there possibly wasn't much practice for him. Paul Fencer joined and said that he's going to invite Round1 to come and join, and that was probably about at 4 o'clock. So Round1 definitely doing a little bit of an arrive and drive, and definitely showing that he does have what it takes to keep some of the guys behind him. Wow, that was quite a tight line there for Round1. Whoa, a little bit wide there for Ervia. But it does look like he, even though he was wide there, he's able to make up just a little bit of time. It is Honda versus BMW currently. So interesting developments that I'm seeing is that that is the battle for first and second currently. With a little over 8.5 minutes left to go, that gap has definitely come down. And while Jude was leading quite comfortably, he is definitely under some pressure. Let's see if we are able to see if there's possibly any damage on the car. But Jude just doing a 125.7 versus Paul 124.7. So it looks like Paul's just been getting those seconds taken off the distance, and that's now pulled him right up behind Jude. So again, last lap, 124.7 for Jude, 126.7 for Jude. Paul was a 124, apologies. So it looks like Jude is struggling with this Porsche at the moment. Did he go out a little bit too quickly by himself, burn those tires up? Because now the Honda, it looks like it's going to make really easy work of him. He has a look to the inside, but decides not the way to go. And you can see Jude just losing that rear a little bit. I think his tires are just about done. We're just here catching up to Johan VDV. But there will be some white flags just showing these drivers that he's coming. And Johan will start getting those blue flags. But this is now the battle for first and second place. So 126.0 for Jude. Paul 125.3. So definitely something's up there. Johan getting very much out of the way, allowing the first and second driver to get through there and go sort out their own battles. And this is the one thing I really do love about this racing, is you can see, even though these two are battling further down, We've got Sean that's now coming back on Tyler. Because there's a 126.6 for Tyler. Apollo went the wrong way. And a 125.3. So Sean putting a lot of pressure on the back of Tyler currently. But that is the race for first and second. Got a message for Toki saying, "Kom Toki." Toki currently down in 14th place. Jude is sideways. Will he be able to hang on to it? Yes, he does, but he's definitely going to have a lot of pressure now. Those tires are going to be hot. Paul's going to be able to get some better drive going out of the corners. Will he have a look to the inside? Yes. Jude has to let him go. Paul essentially positioned that car in such a great position that Jude had to let him pass. Jude was just not able to fight back. So a great overtake there for Paul. But there we go, Ruan and Michael having a battle as well. And then we move further up the order. And this battle for a third is definitely not over just yet. Sean trying to get that pink McLaren of Tyler's done and dusted and behind him. 4 minutes left as Sean runs wide. You just see how much these guys are now pushing, wanting to get the maximum positions that they are able to get. So it does look like Tyler's got just a little bit of breathing space now between himself and Sean. So a 125.8 versus 125.8. So just about matching the time have these two drivers. See, Sean goes very deep into Drude. But it is the man out in front, Paul Fenter, who has hunted down Jude Neville, who had a blinding pace up in the first couple of laps for more than half the race, I should say. But now there we can see Jude, so it looks like his second place could also possibly be in a little bit of trouble if he's not careful. So 2.5 minutes left of this first race of this British Sprint Series. There will be a little 5-minute interlude while we just get the guys prepped for the next race. We'll give them time just to quickly go have a smoke if needed. A little something to drink and possibly a breath of fresh air. So Flip Van Zyl quite comfortable here in 5th place. No real danger around him. And then we've got the Bond and Bond. Sorry gentlemen, once again regarding the liveries. They were all put in. I did manage to get everybody else's sorted, so we'll just have to have a little discussion. But I must say it looks great in black. But the interesting thing is that which of the bonds will come up top in this first heat of this sprint series. So Ruan still being hunted down by Michael. So Michael is back on track. So it looks like maybe just because the cars were passing him and he was up against the wall that it wasn't allowing me to select him. So Tyler Scott being chased down by Etienne. Whoa! Big slide there for Etienne, but he was able to keep it off the wall. Got it going again. So an absolutely a great race there for Paul. But what I'm seeing is there's still this anything can happen in the last couple of corners. As I say that, Jude runs wide, and that's now put Tyler right on his back bumper. Will Tyler be able to go around the outside? Tyler backside. That now allows Sean to get up there. Jude is wide, so he's now a drop down into 4th place. That puts Tyler up into 2nd, and Sean now into 3rd. So a great drive there for Paul Fenter. Tyler will take home. I'm sure he'll be absolutely ecstatic with that 2nd place. Sean will take a 3rd, and Jude in a 4th place. The Bond brothers will come across the line together. That's very cute with Adrian ahead. We did see Flip van Zyl. He finished in 5th place. Ervia in 6th. 9th place will go to Ruan. And now it won't let me select Michael, who's now crossed the line. And there's Tyler. Tyler will come home in 11th position. Etienne by the LT Bulldog Racing Academy. Will across the line in 12th, with Robert in 13th position. And there comes Robert across the line.
Just checking reverse grid from quali or reverse grid from results.
From results, I'm going to be putting it up now in the Discord. So that's the final results for race number 1. Paul Fenter comes home in 1st place. It is Tyler Humphreys in 2nd. Sean Lorero in 3rd place. Jude Neville, I'm sure, very disappointed with that 4th. Just did not have the pace in the dying hours of the race. Flip van Zyl in 5th. Adrian Bond in 6th. Wayne Bond in 7th. 0.01 the difference between the two brothers there. Advier Murray in 8th place. Ruan Heineken in 9th place, Michael Strubic in 10th, Tyler Scott 11th, Etienne Mouton for the Bulldog team in 12th, and Robert Stoltz 13th, and Johan VDV in 14th place. This means that the new starting positions will have Adrian Bond leading the way, Flip van Zyl in a 2nd place, Jude in 3rd, Sean 4th, Tyler 5th, and Paul in a 6th place.
Seconds.
So there was supposed to be a practice between the 2nd race, but nevertheless
10 seconds.
Tyler was a little bit slow off the line there, and it's always quite scary when you do see that, because you always generally think the worst. So now the tyre pressures will have needed to be updated ever so slightly, because now that we're on a cooler track,
Green line. Go, go, go.
Hello, Dylan.
hello Jude.
I had to disconnect and you forgot to turn off mid-race join, so I can't join back. So let me come commentate with you.
How did you disconnect?
Nope, it just happens to me if it's international server. Sometimes it just randomly disconnects.
That is crazy.
It happens to Sean and I very often. So yeah.
Well,
Do you
Jude,
mind?
that's very
mind-
disappointing, but let me set you up so you can see what I'm seeing.
Please, cause that'll be nice. Yeah.
I do have some questions, however.
Yes, I know. I can. I can also explain those.
So yes, to everyone, we will definitely be hearing from Jude to understand what happened.
Or being in a Porsche if anyone wants to have the TLDR, but yeah. Yeah. Formation left, one flip, okay, go. What?
Yeah, so for some reason my race control wouldn't sync, and it kept saying that the car has to be on the track. So
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
there might be some update or some bug that needs to be resolved, but we'll look into that. And the other thing is that there was supposed to be a little 5-minute practice in between, which then would have allowed you to get in.
Yeah, well, my disconnect happened as I click drive, so I wonder if that's the issue.
So Jude, let's just ask a few questions, because you got an absolute flyer of a start in
Yeah.
the beginning. Lap times were faster than anybody.
I think, yeah, I was only Paul was faster than me, but yes, I was, I think, second faster man on the grid. Yeah.
And then we start coming to, I'd say, the last 9 minutes, 8 minutes or so.
Just let's do race start, and then when it's quite down, I can talk about what happened.
Okay, so
Let's
while
get ready.
so when, as we approach the start finish line, Adrian is going to be taking us away. So it is
was-
go go go, and Adrian Bond now into turn number 1, followed by a Flip Van Sale, a Sean, and a Tyler Humphreys in that very pink McLaren. They'll look to the inside. There's contact between Sting and Sean and Paul. Contact there as well, and there was a little tag on the back of Tyler. Just spinning around Sean, but Sean has been able to get away with it. Tyler just moving over, allowing Sean to go past, and will then slot in. But the person who is the biggest loser out of that contact, unfortunately, is Paul Fenter, because he's now right at the back of the field now.
Yeah, well, that was an interesting spot. And, yeah, I'd say Paul's my favourite to win the race, but hey, oh, someone's dead. Who's that? 187. Who's the 187 for?
187.
That is Bond. W Bond. Had a spin.
187 is Wayne. Let's see where he is. Oh, we can definitely see there's some damage on the front.
Oh, I don't know. Was that contact or?
Didn't look like it, because it looked like Paul's car went through there quite effortlessly. But yes, I'm seeing that.
No damage on the rear end.
The damage on the front there.
Yeah.
Oh, and as we jump to Etienne,
Etienne.
it looked like he just went in a little bit too hot, locked up the brakes, went straight off the track. So he's going to pit. Looks like he's going to have some damage that he needs to go and repair.
Front, left side, nothing much else I can see. It's pretty calm. It's going Paul, so it's going to be quite hard for Flip to do anything, I think. But we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, back to my story. My tyre set to about 109 degrees Celsius, and then they killed me every lap. So when Paul got up to me, I said, okay, I'll let him by. And then once that, I was like, okay, let me just rather stay in second, and just coast the car home, and then decided to kill me on the third last corner.
Yes, we saw that. It did definitely cost you, because you had both Tyler and Sean come past you. But it does look like that Flip is
He's right there now.
eyeing up a maneuver here on the back of Adrian. Possible overtake around the outside. There's enough space there. But with Adrian now going to the tighter inside line, that's going to compromise his entry speed. You see a little double tap of the brakes there, and Flip a much quicker speed on the entry. Adrian going very defensive on the inside there. But look at that, Paul 9th place now, getting that fastest lap time up and running. So definitely a man on a mission, hoping to recover some points after that spin. So while this battle is hot and happening out in front, there is that little midway pack which we saw earlier in the race, and this is that battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. And now Sean Lorero currently in second, as we see Flip running very wide there. So Jude, what would have been one of the things that you would have changed for this race if you hadn't disconnected?
Really. I can run a lot lower brake cuts, so I'm a bit quicker on the straight line, but it's, yeah. The only thing with the Porsche doesn't decide to kill you basically in temps under 30 degrees, so I was running in practice like 23.9, 41.1, and then, yeah, oh, there's another death. That is Paul again. Dead.
Where did you see that? Is that at the corner of your eye?
Yep, and I was in puts. Let's go to his stream and see. He just lost the rear end. He pushed the car too hard, hit the gravel trap, and he spun out. Okay, and then he got collected by Robert Stoltz, I think that is. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely have a look at that.
And I think, yep, that's Paul. He is done. He is returned to the track, I
Yep.
don't think.
Yeah, I see
Yep.
Paul has left the track, unfortunately. And our
Game
cameraman Tim, not very happy with the with that sign in the way of his shot. But that's a battle for first, second, third, fourth, down to fifth place. And very interestingly enough, it's Adrian out in front with Flip.
Say, go to the McLaren quickly. 'Cause that is, I think, closer currently than Adrian Bond.
Oh,
never mind.
And as we jumped in the McLaren in the middle of the track, it looks like
was
this
not
second
great.
race is definitely catching the guys out.
Yeah.
Tyler having a huge coming together.
I think I should stop saying people's names. Yeah, what else is happening on track? Both of them very heavily damaged. Or they surely have to pit.
So both going in together. Oh, and Tyler just clipping that
Inside
wall. So not happy at this point. Which means that the actual racing. Oh, there we go. I found it. There's the split times.
Oh, relatives. Okay, okay. Yeah. Let's see what's happening. That
we are looking for. There we go. That's who I was looking for. The race leader is still Adrian Bond.
Seems the pressure being off behind Sean's allowed him from Tyler. It's allowed him to push up a bit closer to Flip and Adrian, as we see a Etienne in the grass.
So Etienne running a little bit wide in the LT Bulldog development team. And I'm sure he's going to get very, very much out of the way as seeing this train of BMWs, 4 BMWs approaching him, and Flip van Zyl still behind Adrian, but I'm pretty sure he's just waiting for that mistake. There's Etienne getting very much out of the way, but this is what we're looking at. This is the battle for first, second, third and fourth place. I must say, Adrian really holding his own here. Adrian Bond driving for Orion Shopfitters, car number 36. And it looks like Sean's might be losing a little bit of patience there, because now he's got right up to the back of a Flip van Zyl's car. See Sean, the widest of the three there.
I'm gonna just quickly jump into Flip stream and let's see what they're saying about the race, because they're all 2, 3, 4 in a voice call, so I think they are probably trying to plan a way to get past Bond as one unit.
So what you do is you send the one in and all three of you basically go through together.
Yeah. Let's see. Nope, Flip silence as ever, so yeah.
So I actually want to try something. Let's do this. So this is what we're seeing from Ervia's cockpit. Just see this train of BMWs in front of him. So for those who are watching and want to get involved, we have some really awesome news that's currently brewing. It looks like for the next series, or maybe even next month, even through the series, is that we'll be having our very own locally managed server, so we can get rid of some of those latency issues in some of the European servers, which is going to be absolutely fantastic.
And disconnects.
We are halfway through.
And disconnects, exactly.
Flips right on the tail there.
So Advia just dropping back a little bit there.
Is Flip gonna go for the left hand side of the track? Or is he still staying there? Yep, goes out to the left hand side. Bond stays in the middle, defends.
And now, look, you've also been behind a BMW that's been defending. That was so close. But I think Adrian saw that he was coming and like, whoa, let's just shut that door. Knowing that the actual race pace itself was in the low 125s, mid 125s in the last race. And if we look at the lap times, they're not showing those lap times.
You won't be able to see them there. Unfortunately.
We see Flip and Sell at 25.5. So look, technically they are on that race pace that we saw from the first race. So Adrian is definitely holding his own. But that's the thing, is that you've got to be going just that much quicker to get an overtake. Because it is very difficult to overtake here, because it definitely feels like it's a single file kind of track.
That's the same. It's not a great track for racing GT3s on. Bond's a bit tight there. That's going to allow Flip to go around the outside, maybe.
Well, he's definitely going to make it very difficult.
Yeah, but Flip's right there now. Right there.
And so is Sean.
And Sean, yeah. I think Sean's going to have to get involved in this too now.
Will Flip be able to go around the outside?
Nope.
Nope. But Adrian has made a little mistake. He's gone too deep, which gets Flip side by side. And is Sean going to follow him through? Yes, he does. So that little mistake has now cost Adrian those 2 places. So the Chic Quattro car goes past and now takes the lead. Keep doing that. It's not that one. Wanted to see what Erve was going to do. Is he going to try and get past her as well?
I think so. I think Flip and Sean probably have a bit more pace now. They can lift free a bit. Yeah. But I don't know.
But you see, that's so Adrian's still pushing, just pushing the car a little bit too hard, just running off there. But looking at Adrian, now that the other 2 are in front, it looks like he's actually being pulled through as well now.
I think Flip's going to have this one here. He's just starting to pull away nicely from Sean. It's about a 7/10 gap. Sean's leaving that bad pushing range about now. Yeah. So, yeah.
And this is always the interesting thing about this reverse grid. So 127.1 there for Adrian, and you can see 126.2, 125.8 for Flip van Zyl. So definitely getting that pace now. Whoa! And Adrian loses the rear, so that frees up Advia.
Yeah, I think Sean's spanning the roof here now. Let's see. Definitely no team orders here. Oh, someone stopped in the background. I don't know who that was.
That looked like it was either Robert or Tyler. Tyler Scott, that is.
Yeah.
Not Tyler Humphries, who great result for him in the first race, but a...
Avia wide.
Avia very wide there.
Yeah, he's starting to push too hard now.
There's Wayne, brother of Adrian.
That front end damage is bad.
So Ruin in 6th place. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. He did have a couple of interesting battles in the first race. And it definitely looks like the front of this Honda lifts up way too much. It's just such a weird like physics that they've got in there. You'll see as it comes around the corner and you get the front end, it looks like it's up in the air.
Yeah.
What's that? Current and next lap invalidated, perhaps?
No, not at that point on the track. Not at that point on the track.
So Tyler Scott, 5th place there for him. So he's been able to make use of the interesting shenanigans that have been going around on this second race. It looks like he has also had one or two little run-ins. 7 minutes left to go.
It's right on the rear end of Sean now, about 3/10. I think, if I'm looking at the delta right, now 4/10, and Flip's starting to pull away a bit now. Oh, Sean makes a mistake, Avi goes to the dive, oh, contact.
Big lunge there.
This is going to allow Bonds back here, he's back in
Bonds
it.
back, looks like Adrian was going to try and squeeze him.
So I think Sean's going to have to go defensive here.
Well, I can tell you something, the LTR by Shikar, they definitely don't have any team orders there.
No.
It's like, have a go. This is Extreme 3 versus Quattro is what we're seeing here. You see, Sean made a little mistake there.
Avi is going to take advantage, he's side by side.
Whoa, but by him just slowing up a bit, he almost allowed Adrian to get back in.
6 minutes left, about 3 or 4 laps left. Yeah. Quite a bit of action, yeah. 20 minutes or 25 minutes it is, I think.
And Flip definitely got himself a nice comfortable little gap there. But it is these three, and the thing is that I can't say to you that I can predict that one of these three will take the second place, because any one of them can. And this is what happens when you're racing in these close quarters. One little mistake by the driver in front slows you up, and then the two behind you get an opportunity and go past. And that did look like Avria was a little bit wide going into that last corner. Little flash there by Avria on his teammate. See, this time Avria is deep.
Yeah, he seems very quick through T1 though, so if he can get Sean to go a bit defensive into there, I think he'll have him into T2. Because, yeah, every single lap, Avia's right on the rear end, right on the bumper of that other M4. Let's see, 4 minutes left. This is just let Flip have the race lead very nicely, yeah. About what, 2 seconds in front? 2.5?
That's it.
Yeah.
So 2.7 seconds now. And that's what happens when you start battling it out, is that you start slowing up both yourself and Sean is wide, allowing Avia to go through. So Avia now moves himself up into second place.
Yeah, I was thinking of why I had such a bad end of the race for last race. I had my quali tires on and they were drained badly. So yeah.
So one of the things that I thought is that it was quite hot and just pushing a little bit too hard in the early stages and just burnt those tires up. So by the time you got to the end, is that just no grip. But if you've now used the wrong tires and you're on your quali tires, then that could definitely be a problem.
My quali tires the pressures are way different, so they grain very easily. There's only supposed to be a lap. So I mean, yeah, wasn't my smartest moments ever. Okay.
Well, let's live and learn from it, Jude, and fix the mistake for next time.
Also, it'd be nice if you can turn off mid-session rejoin, so people can just rejoin if they disconnect or something. But yeah.
We'll make sure that happens.
Yeah, seems like it's settled down till the end. Yeah. Close battle I can see is
So,
Bond, which is the
There
second
is
off
car
Sean, but
187, and that's Wayne. Looks like he's just limping a bit.
yeah. Look at the damage on the front end. 30 seconds maybe? 40 seconds of damage?
Yeah, that is quite a bit. He's just got a little bumpery-roo on the back there.
We're now on the second last lap, yeah.
So we got a
And
message.
Avia's starting to catch up. Trying to catch up to Flip there. 4 tenths in the last lap.
I also think
The
that
last
that
two
Flip
corners.
might just be managing that gap as well. See, because now Adria's pushing, gone in too deep, and now that's going to cost him some time now.
Someone else at DC it seems. That would be... don't know. Who that is.
Yeah, we're down to 10, so it was Johan VDV who's DC'd, and he's actually jumped onto the stream. He's watching on YouTube and saying that he had disconnected. And we are code coconuts, so it basically translates for coconut's sake.
And Bond's getting out the way of Flip there nicely,
Yep.
and Avia's going past. Yeah. Avia seems strong in that first sector. He seems very strong.
So this will be the final lap for race leader Flip van Zyl.
On the final lap. Give it a final push.
I mean, yeah, 5 tenths faster than Flip in that lap.
Even with his mistake.
And lapping of traffic. I think affects with Avia maybe a bit less. Yeah, these first 2 or 3 corners that he's really strong in.
I did notice that Adrian was closing up into the back of Sean there, but they're actually a little bit further than I expected.
Avia's in. Nope, he's above a second now. So yeah, seems Flip's got it in the second sector, yeah. And I think Avia comes back in the final, from the looks of it. Yeah, I don't know. No, 5 tenths now. Ooh. 4 tenths. It's heating up a bit now. Well,
Oh,
never
you
mind.
see it. That's the thing.
As I say that.
Anything
does.
can happen. Because you know what it's like, dude. It's one thing to catch a driver, the other thing is to overtake them.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, and that is. Race 2 has been won by Flip.
So Flip van Zyl will take the win there for the second race. Advia in second. Sean will come home in third. Adrian Bond in fourth place with Wayne 7th. Roberts in the pits with a retirement there. Etienne will come home in 8th in a Bulldog car. Tyler, and this is Tyler Scott, not Tyler Humphreys. He will finish in a 5th position. Then Wayne Bond in 7th, and then Tyler Humphreys. He'll come home in a 9th place, so still get himself some valuable points added to his second position.
Oh, there we go. And that is race over.
A nice little donut there for us. Thank you very much for that.
So I think currently Flip would probably be in the championships before any penalties or anything has been looked at. He'll be leading championship. I think
Yep.
Sean will be second.
We will have to go and do those numbers. But,
He picks up 2 third places, and then Flips picks up a 5th and a 1st.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so because I didn't have my race control on, is that every time I was trying to change screens, it would basically lock me out, so I couldn't do the quick calculations. But ladies and gentlemen, we will get those points up and ready for the over the weekend, so that we're able to see who's doing what. A big thank you to everyone who joined us on the stream this evening. Thank you very much. Your support is always greatly welcomed. Absolutely great racing. A little bit say questionable turn 1, lap 1, but nevertheless some great racing in the end. We will be back on Monday for the Project Cars 2, which we will have that live streamed, and then back next week for the round number 2 of this British Sprint Series. Really looking forward to it. So guys, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you then. Until then, keep racing.